This is Mindanao Times Headline News. This is Mindanao Times Headline News.
Tuesday, August 23, 2022, and these are the headlines. Except for some areas where there is a need for more passenger jeepneys, the Davao City Police Office said the resumption of in-person classes yesterday was smooth. Colonel Alberto Lupas, DCPO chief, told the Davao City Disaster Radio that his office has deployed personnel to provide security to schools and help traffic direction and control, as some schools have resumed in-person classes 2 years after the onslaught of the COVID-19 pandemic. Hinelito Atilio, Department of Education Regional Spokesperson, welcomed the holding of in-person classes, although he said many schools are still using the hybrid learning system, like the use of modules. In another story, the holding of the 37th Kadayawan sa Davao was successful as top officials credited the cooperation of the public for its success. Councilor Al Ryan Alejandres, City Execom Executive Committee spokesperson, said the festival gathered about 50,000 revelers. Both the Police Regional Office and the Davao City Police Office said there were no untoward incidents during the entire celebration. Brigadier General Benjamin Silo Jr., PRO 11 Director, and Colonel Alberto Lupas, DCPO Chief, both thanked the people for their cooperation and support to the law enforcers. In business, the Aboitiz Power Corporation has maintained its spot in the FTSE for Good Index Series for the 5th year, underscoring its drive to uphold corporate sustainability practices. Aboitiz Power has been independently assessed according to the FTSE for Good criteria and has satisfied the requirements to become a FTSE for Good Index Series constituent, keeping its place on the list since 2018. Furthermore, the company formally institutionalized the Anti-Sexual Harassment and Safe Spaces Act to prevent all forms of harassment in the workplace. In sports, Jordan Clarkson and Kai Soto led the Gilas Pilipinas team for the fourth window of the 2023 FIBA World Cup Asian qualifiers this week. Completing the roster are Philippine Basketball Association players Japeth Aguilar and Scotty Thompson of Ginebra, Chris Newsom of Meralco, Jamie Malonzo of Northport, Calvin Oftana of NLEX, free agent Roosevelt Adams, and collegiate star Carl Tamayo of University of the Philippines. You are listening to the audio edition of the Mindanao Times. Eternal vigilance is the price of freedom. For more stories, log on to www.mindanaotimes.com.ph, or you may follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Mindanao Times. This is Deborah Uson for the headlines.